Welcome, folks, to the Hawaii ACHC Virtual College Fair hosted by your state association and powered by StriveScan. My name is Earl Makeham, and I am your facilitator this evening. Tonight, in this particular session, we have 6 colleges, Western Oregon, Florida Southern, Maryland Institute College of Art, Penn State, Catholic University, and Lynn University, and they will go in that order. A few housekeeping items before we go forward. So you all know the Q&A button that is in your Zoom bar is functional. That is how you may pose questions to the presenters. Your mic and camera are off, so they cannot see you or hear you. However, the Q&A function is there for you to ask questions. This session is the first of 3 full hours of sessions, so I just want to remind you that you can sign up or attend other sessions as they go on in the next 2 hours. And then a recording of this particular hour block of sessions will be available to you on the link that you happen to register for this particular session. All right. So without further ado, I am going to turn it over to our first presenter, Nolan from Western Oregon University. And hey, Nolan, you can go ahead and just take it away from here. Welcome, everyone.
Aloha everyone, my name is Nolan Arasato. My pronouns are he, she, his, hers. I am the Hawaii admissions counselor here at Western Oregon University. So I'm born and raised in Waianae, Hawaii. I graduated from Waianae High School in 2012. I came to Western, graduated with a Bachelor of Science in Communication Studies and a minor in dance here at Western. And so I want everyone to open their pepeaus to eho alohi to my presentation. So eho o makakako, let's get started. So Western Oregon University, where is Western Oregon? Well, obviously we're on the west side of Oregon, okay? Do not ask me where we are located in Washington, because no matter how much times I say we are Western Oregon, people still ask me where we are in Washington, okay? You guys get lickings if you say that. Okay, we are in Oregon, Western Oregon University. We're about 15 miles west of Salem, which is our state capital. We're about maybe an hour and a half from Portland, okay? So just more general information about Western. We are a 4-year public university. Again, we're located in Monmouth, Oregon. Our undergraduate population is about 4,500 undergrads. So our average class size will be somewhere around 19. So we have very similar class sizes at Western than probably what you folks will see in your Hawaii schools currently. Okay, 46% of those freshmen will be first-generation college students. We have 29% of those students is going to be students of color, and all students who submit a FAFSA to Western will receive some sort of financial aid, which is great, okay? 6 of our more popular majors are American Sign Language, English Interpreting, Business, Criminal Justice, Education, Exercise Science, and Psychology. So a fun fact for all of you folks, American Sign Language we are the only school in the state of Oregon with a full bachelor's degree in American Sign Language. So if any of you folks want to get a bachelor's in ASL, Western's a great place to come to for that. And with our Hawaii students, exercise science is one of our more popular majors for our Hawaii students. In 2019, we are labeled the safest public university in Oregon, and then we're also a military-friendly school here. Okay, so just quickly, our freshman requirements, we do ask for a 3.0 GPA or above, a C- or better in the 15 core classes that we ask for, which is our 4 years of English, 3 years of math, science, and social studies, and 2 years of a second language, okay? If you folks are taking Hawaiian language as your second language here at Western Oregon University, we will accept that as your second language or foreign language requirement. So if any of you folks are taking Hawaiian language, you guys are good, okay? We also ask for a 3.0 GPA or above, and we are a test optional school. So if any of you folks have a 3.0 GPA and a C- or better in those classes, Congratulations, you're getting into Western Oregon, all right? So we just have to make sure that we get those transcripts as soon as possible. If you folks fall below a 3.0 GPA, that is totally fine. We're just gonna have to ask for a little bit more material. So we're gonna ask for some letters of recommendation, a personal statement, and if you have them, your SAT or ACT scores. Just this week, we have made a decision that our undergraduate applications for fall 2021 will be free. So all of our applications for any applicants applying for fall 2021 is a free application, $0. Okay, so if you folks, if that's something, the $60 fee is something that used to maybe hold you back from applying to Western, like I said, everyone get them for free, so no more excuse. Okay, so here we go, back to our tuition. So we have out-of-state tuition. We also have WUI tuition here at Western. So if you look at our prices, you can see that the non-resident tuition is going to be around 28 grand. For WUI tuition students, we cut that in half. So you folks are paying around 14,000 for your full first year, okay, for tuition. 10,000 will be the room and board. So your full first year, I always tell students, you're looking at anywhere between 24 to 26,000 for your full first year, okay? That's a full year in the dorm rooms, 15 credits per term, which is 45 credits for the whole year, and a full meal plan. That's what that number is covering, okay? So now getting into WUI tuition. What is WUI tuition, okay? WUI stands for Western Undergraduates Exchange. And because you folks reside in the state of Hawaii, you folks can get a cut in your tuition. Texas is not usually a part of the WUI tuition program, but for Western, at Western Oregon University, we also add that in with our WUI students. So it's called a Texas tuition program, but they get the same benefits. They get the same rate, and they get the same prices for tuition. So I always tell my students there's three things that you folks need to ask your counselors when dealing with WUI tuition, okay? First one is, how do students receive WUI tuition? Second is, what majors fall under WUI tuition? And third, is it stackable, okay? So for the first two questions at Western, it's just a residency rate, okay? So it has nothing to do with your academics, it has nothing to do with your major. As long as you're born and raised and your permanent residency is the state of Hawaii, you folks will automatically getting WUI tuition. So everyone from the state of Hawaii will be getting WUI at Western, okay? And then as for the stackable, you can add, you can stack on your financial aid, your merit-based scholarships, your athletic scholarships, and your WUI tuition. Throw it all at Western, okay? We let you keep all of it. Not all schools will allow that, so you have to ask, okay? This is just all of our major and minor programs that we have to offer, okay? And then the last thing I'm gonna get, one of the last things I'm gonna get into is our room and board. So we do require freshmen to live on campus. We have 3 halls that you can choose from: Ackerman, Heritage, and Landers. Landers and Heritage will be the all freshman halls, and then Ackerman will be that mix between upperclassmen and freshmen, okay? And so the last thing I'm gonna say is that we do have a Hawaii Club on campus. You can check out our luau's on YouTube, WOU Luau, and you'll see all of our luau's on YouTube. Okay, that's my information. If you folks have any questions, definitely reach out to me. Thank you so much for allowing me to present to all of you folks. Ahui ho.
Nolan, mahalo. Thank you so much.
Yes, Olekilikia, of course.
Thank you. So we have Shannon next from Florida Southern up to present. Shannon, off you go.
All right, thank you very much. My name is Shannon Barnes. My pronouns are she, her, and hers. And I get to work with pretty much the entire western half of the US who are looking at coming to Florida Southern College. So a little bit about Florida Southern. We're a small private college, about 3,000 total students, located smack dab in the middle of the state of Florida. Despite the name Southern, we are not actually in South Florida. So we're in a town called Lakeland, which is about halfway between Orlando and Tampa. So we're in between 2 big cities in a town of about 110,000 people. Florida Southern offers a bunch of different majors and different pre-professional options. Essentially, we're spread across 5 different schools within the college. So if you're interested in business, you'll be within the Barney Barnett School of Business. If you're looking at a direct entry nursing program, you'll be in the School of Nursing and Health Sciences. You don't apply to each of these separately. You do just apply to the college. And if you have questions about particular majors, you are more than welcome to get a hold of me to let me know. I would say probably the most popular majors we offer would be things in the business umbrella: nursing, exercise science, the life sciences and kind of pre-med, marine biology. Education, and probably rounding it out, would be communications. So we see a pretty good spread. We also have a really solid musical theater program. So kind of regardless of what you're interested in, you'll find something that's going to spark your interest at Florida Southern. Regardless of what you're studying, one of the things that we really do emphasize is being hands-on in the classroom. We try really hard to keep your classes small, and all of your classes will be taught by full professors. We don't have any graduate students teaching classes. It's really common for students to continue on to do conference presentations or get published and do research as part of, for example, the honors program or honors within a major. But even if you're not doing the honors program, you can definitely still do research. You can get involved in doing case studies, because that's kind of baked into how Florida Southern conceptualizes your academic experience. One of the other things that we try to really emphasize about your 4 years at Florida Southern is, number one, that you will graduate in 4 years. That's one of the guarantees that we want to hammer home there, but also that you'll get a chance to do an internship and you'll get a chance to study abroad. Those are guaranteed as part of your experience. We work really hard to make sure that you'll get a chance to dive into some of those really important experiences to not only bulk up your resume, but also help you transition out of Florida Southern. Historically, we've had a really good track record because of that. About a third of our students will continue on to some form of graduate education, like med school or getting their MBA. And the other 2/3 will continue on into some kind of employment. We are a residential school. You can see down there in the bottom left, we are located right across the street from Lake Hollingsworth. So if you want to grab a kayak or a paddleboard, that's free with your student ID. We guarantee housing for all 4 years. That's kind of the unofficial fourth guarantee. Most students will live in kind of traditional residence halls like you see in the photos there for the first year or two, and then move into the apartments that the college owns. If you are an athlete, we are an NCAA Division II school. So if you want to get in contact with any of the coaches, let me know and I'm happy to connect you. If you're not looking at playing at the competitive level, but you're interested in one of the club sports or intramural sports that we offer, I'm also more than happy to talk with you about the different options that are available for things like esports or water skiing. In terms of extracurriculars and what you're doing outside of the classroom, that's a big part of your life in college. So if you're interested in getting involved in community service, being part of Greek life, or getting involved in clubs or organizations, we've got everything from like professional organizations that are going to help you with professional development, like the accounting club, all the way through to Disney Club and Cat Club, because you can't live in Florida and be 40 minutes away from Disney without having a Disney Club on campus. If you are thinking about applying, we are on the Common application as well as the Coalition application, but you can also submit a Florida Southern application. We don't hold a preference between any of those. All of them are going to be free. We are a test optional school as well. So if you haven't been able to take the SAT or the ACT, no worries, we understand that. You can send in your high school transcripts and a personal statement. Letter of recommendation this year is flexible. I know some students have talked to me about having issues getting a hold of their school counselors or teachers. So if you are looking at waiving that, you're more than welcome to talk to me about your circumstances as well. Florida Southern is a holistic review application process, which means that we're looking at what classes you've taken, what you're writing about in your essay, what your extracurriculars are, all of that good stuff. And we typically see about a 51% acceptance rate. One of the things that I'm looking at when I'm reading your application is also evaluating you for scholarships. There aren't a separate application process for most of the merit scholarships that we offer. Those start at about $7,000 a year and go up to about $21,000 a year. And again, those are automatic and yours for all 4 years. If you qualify for the Prestige Scholarship programs, which is about a 3.5 or higher weighted GPA, that does require a separate application, but you've got 2 different deadlines to choose from, so you've got some time to work on it. If you are an athlete, an artist, a musician, or in certain majors, you might be eligible for additional scholarships. So you're more than welcome to get a hold of me to ask questions about that as well. I always suggest checking out the virtual visit options. That's a good way to kind of check out campus and see what we're like. So you've got that link there. And there's my contact information. If you ever need to get a hold of me, I would love to hear from you and help you figure out your application.
Shannon, thank you so much. Fantastic. Next is Kelly. Kelly from Micah. I am going to turn it over to you. Here you go.
Great, thank you. All right. Play. Cool. All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Kelly Teeling. I'm the director of first year admission at MICA, Maryland Institute College of Art. I use she, her pronouns. And I'm super excited to talk to you all today. I think I'm the only art school here in the room, so my presentation and the information that I share might be a little bit different. So MICA is obviously an art and design school where we're empowering the next generation of artists and designers. We have about 1,800 undergraduate students and 300 grad students hailing from 48 states, including Hawaii, and 52 countries internationally. Our student to faculty ratio is 1:9, so class sizes are especially small, specifically in that studio environment. MICA is actually the oldest fully accredited degree granting art school. We were founded in 1826, and we're also consistently ranked in the top of art and design schools by US News and World Report. The class of 2019 were surveyed just 9 months after graduation. We found that 87% of students are employed, working full-time, part-time, or self-employed in creative industries. An additional 8% are enrolled directly in grad school. Typically, our students will go on to MFA, Master of Fine Arts programs. So that's 95% of the graduating class is actively utilizing their MICA degrees. Now, the degrees that we offer are a little bit different because they're BFA, Bachelor of Fine Arts degrees, meaning that 65 to 70% of your coursework is going to be art and design focused, and 30 to 35% of your coursework will be in academics. Now, I want you to recognize that art schools also have a really robust student life offering. So we have over 50 different clubs and student organizations. We also have a 2-year residential requirement, so students live on campus and mix and mingle and get to know each other right there. We have 19 different majors for students to choose from in the fine arts areas, as well as the design and media arts areas. And then we also offer 2 distinct liberal arts-based majors. So you kind of get the best of both worlds at MICA. For anyone interested in teaching art and design in the future, we also have a dual degree program where students, and this is a really popular program at MICA, where students can gain their BFA, Bachelor of Fine Arts in any one of our majors, as well as a Master of Arts in Teaching. So this certifies you to teach K through 12 within just 5 years. A little bit about the application process to MICA. Because we're an art school, it's a little bit different. We're a Common App member school, so that's great. You can apply to us right there. But the biggest difference is that we require a portfolio of artwork for admission. So we look for 12 to 20 pieces of your best and most recent artwork. This could be any media or material that you're passionate about. At MICA, you don't apply to a specific program, you apply to the college as a whole. So it can be a variety of interests. It could show us your technical skills and your personal voice as an artist and designer. It's really just a way for us to understand your skill set and get to know you. We look for at least 1 letter of recommendation and your high school transcripts. We have an unweighted 3.5 average from our incoming first year students. We are test optional this year, so your test scores will not be used to determine admission or for any scholarship purposes. You're welcome to include them with your application, though we won't really use them. A little bit about our deadlines. Our early decision and early action deadlines are both November 15th. Early decision is a binding deadline, so if you are admitted under that plan, you'll be coming to MICA. The early action deadline is non-binding, but a really great way to get your application done and over with, and you get your decision earlier in the process. Our final and regular decision deadline is February 1st. I mentioned the portfolio earlier, and that's the most meaningful part of your application to art school. So I highly recommend getting in touch with me, who will be your admission counselor when you apply to MICA, or attending a national portfolio day. For those of you who don't know, it's an opportunity that's fully virtual this year for students to log on and receive feedback from MICA representatives, as well as other art schools across the country and around the world. So there's one this Sunday, and then there's several throughout the fall. So definitely check those out if you're planning to apply to art schools. There's also lots of opportunities to virtually visit our campus through info sessions, so you can check that out on our website. I also highly recommend following us on social media to keep up with what's happening on campus and within the MICA community virtually. I will give a special shout out to our virtual tour. You can check us out and really get a feel for the campus. Again, I'm Kelly Teeling. I'm the director of first year admission. I work with applicants from Hawaii, so feel free to reach out if you have any questions or you'd like to schedule a time to talk about your portfolio or any questions that you have. Thank you.
Kelly, thank you so much. Fantastic. So just a reminder to the participants on the other side, Q&A function is on. If you have a question, please pose it there, and our participants will get back to you. So next up, Isabel from Penn State, and off you go.
Awesome, thank you so much. Hi everybody, thank you for joining all of us today. My name is Isabel and I am the Western Region Recruiter for Penn State. So Penn State is a top 1% world-class university. That was a ranking that was given to us by the Center for World University Rankings recently, out of all 18,000 institutions throughout the globe. There's obviously going to be a lot of reasons why we have earned such a high ranking that we're very proud of, but just a few of them are highlighted here. We do have a top-ranked and award-winning career services center that's actually located throughout all of our campuses, as well as within all of our academic colleges. And those are really set up because we heavily focus on setting our students up for success, not just during their time at Penn State, but after graduation and throughout their entire lives as well. Our 93% retention rate is about 12% higher than the national average, and our 85% graduation rate is about 30% higher than the national average. We have some really, really fantastic study abroad opportunities for our students. We've gotten our Penn Staters on every continent on this globe, and right now our study abroad programs entail over 50 different countries. And despite being a large university, which we are known to be, we still do have a 16:1 student to faculty ratio, and we are a Research 1 institution, which means that we are able to allocate a lot of resources and funding towards research every year, and also means that we're able to extend research opportunities to our students regardless of what field that they are studying in and what year they're in. So even as early as their first year, students can start participating in research at Penn State. Now, we offer our students 20 different and distinct campus locations, but we are one university. So we have one application, one transcript, and one diploma. And our campus system is really unique because it gives our students the ability to create really your own ideal Penn State experience based on your preferences for campus size, location, campus environment, and cost. We have a really unique 2+2 plan, which allows our students to start almost any of our degree programs. So any degree program that's not a direct admit at any campus and finish their last 2 years at the ending campus that offers their degree program. For most students, that is going to be University Park. This is our main campus because it is our largest campus at 46,000 students. But we have other campus locations, as you can see here, that range in size from 400 to about mid-size, like 5,000, and then from there we'll make the big leap to 46,000 at University Park. And this allows for a really, really wonderful degree of flexibility and options to the degree that over half of all Penn Staters actually do end up earning their degree through this 2+2 plan. And if you are not aware where Penn State or where Pennsylvania is, we are highlighted here in the upper right-hand corner. If you're sick and tired of that gorgeous Hawaii sunny weather year-round, you can experience all 4 seasons up here in Pennsylvania. So beautiful winters, a true East Coast winter, which will actually help you to appreciate those sunny summers even more. And our location actually allows us to be within about 3 to 4 hours driving distance to some really great East Coast cities like New York City, Baltimore, Washington, D.C., and of course, Pittsburgh and Philadelphia. We have over 275 different academic programs. We are most well known typically for our College of Business, our College of Engineering, and our College of Nursing, but obviously we have so much more than that. And we also have some really great honors program options as well, especially our Schreier Honors College, which is open to students of all majors. And it is a separate application process, but there's a really wonderful list of benefits that you can enjoy from being a Schreier Honors Scholar. But we also have discipline-specific honors programs for students studying in business, in the liberal arts, and in the STEM fields as well. And of course, regardless of which institution you do end up attending, academics should hopefully be your primary focus, but we also know your college years should be more than that. So we have a very, very active and engaged student body at Penn State, and they really take advantage of the over 1,200 different student clubs and organizations that we have for them to join. Now, for a completed Penn State application, this is all you will need. And also keep in mind that we are test optional, at least for this year, possibly for future years as well, but we will determine that in the upcoming months. What you will notice here is that we do not require any essays, we don't require any letters of recommendation or any other supplemental material, except for a few very select academic programs. We then require some of those supplementals, but we have our own application on our website. We're also on the Common App and the Coalition. The important deadline to keep in mind for this year is November 15th. That is our early action deadline, and that is a non-binding deadline as well. All students who submit a FAFSA to us will be automatically considered for all merit and need-based aid that they are eligible for through our Office of Student Aid. And last but not least, this is one highlight that we always like to kind of end with or close with, is the fact that Penn State does have the world's largest living alumni network. And what that ultimately means for you as a student is that you do have the opportunity to join a huge network of very successful Penn Staters that are going to be there to open doors for you when it is time to look for internships, career opportunities, etc. So again, my name is Isabel. Please don't hesitate to reach out to me with any further questions that you might have. And thank you so much.
Fantastic. Thank you, Isabel. Christopher, you are up. Christopher from Catholic University in DC. Hey, off you go.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here. Welcome to some information about Catholic University. We hope you are enjoying the fair so far. My name is Chris Lydon. I am the Vice President for Enrollment Management and Marketing at Catholic University, and I am the admission counselor for the state of Hawaii. And I regret not being there in person to say hi to all the students I've gotten to meet over the years. Catholic University is a research university located in Washington, D.C. We are in the heart of the city. We are about 3 miles from the U.S. Capitol, and we have a campus of 170 acres of land. So we have the balance of both the urban environment and the residential college campus. We have about 3,100 undergraduates, close to 3,000 graduate students, including students in our law school. And so you have the opportunity to be part of a residential college community with the resources of a major research university, about 9 minutes by metro from the US Capitol and about another 5 or 7 minutes or so from the White House. It's a fabulous location to go to school. It's a beautiful campus. The majority of our students do live on campus. It is a residential college experience. About 93% of our first year students, 93% of our undergraduates live on campus for at least 3 of their 4 years. So it is a beautiful campus in the heart of Washington, D.C. We have about 3,300 undergraduates, again, graduate law school. About 80% of our students are Catholic. You do not have to be Catholic to go to the Catholic University of America. While we are founded in the tradition of the Catholic Church and we are proud of our identity, we are a national research university in the best tradition of American higher education. And so students from all faith backgrounds are welcome to consider Catholic University in their college search. About 27% of our students identify as non-white, and about 8% of our students are international students. We offer over 70 degrees in 12 schools, 9 of which have undergraduate programs. And some of these are among the areas of interest, I think, for many types of high school students. We have a very, very strong School of Business. We have art engineering with 8 different programs. We have one of the few schools in the country that offers both modern and classical architecture under the same program. So our architecture and planning program is quite strong. With the hospital programs in DC, our Conway School of Nursing offers nurses the opportunity to get fabulous clinical opportunities. Our pass rate on the national exam this past year was 98.7%. And we have the only School of Music in Washington, DC. So students who are interested in the arts, this is a Bachelor's of Music audition-based program for musical theater, musical performance, and for an array of composition and other areas as well as drama, with a BFA in acting and studio and art history. And of course, we have schools of philosophy, theology, and a School of Social Work as well. So our students branch out across all of those 90 programs. Average class size freshman and sophomore year for our students is between 15 and 25 students, between 25 and 35 students, and junior and senior year between about 15 and 25 students. Our students take full advantage of what I call the 3 legs of the stool: internships throughout Washington, DC, research opportunities with our faculty or throughout the DC area, and study abroad programs. We have a flagship program in Rome, Italy. It's our own campus, has up to 70 beds, about a mile from the Vatican. And we have programs all throughout the world as well to serve our students. We're a vibrant community. As I said, we are residentially based. So our students are living on campus. They are taking advantage of campus life, and they are taking advantage of all the opportunities that exist in Washington, DC. The largest single organization on campus is our campus ministry program, which includes good old-fashioned community service. It includes social justice programs. And for Catholic students who are engaged in their faith, it includes, of course, all of the liturgical Catholic faith opportunities as well, as far as that's concerned. About 100 different clubs and organizations that cover everything from cultural to political to social organizations. Many different opportunities with clubs and organizations tied to academic programs. And we have 25 Division III sports, really a vibrant athletic culture on campus. Beyond the varsity sports, there are also intercollegiate clubs in sports like hockey, as well as intramurals. So there's, I would say the vibe of our student body is both a service-oriented vibe for many of our students, but also an athletics, recreation, fitness vibe. And those other 100 clubs and organizations are all kind of in the middle between those 2 sort of personality traits of our students, as far as that's concerned. Our students love to take advantage of the city, in addition to taking advantage of all the activities that go on campus. It is not a suitcase school. Students are around all throughout the 7 days a week. We are a Common App school. We are test not considered. So not just optional, but we will not consider SAT or ACT scores in the admission process. The heart of our review is your high school program, the classes you take, and the grades you get. So the heart of the academic review is your 4-year high school program. And of course, personal characteristics that come from the essays, recommendations, and activities profile helps to shape how we select our class. We do not charge an application fee at all. So the Common App is the way to apply to Catholic U. We are an expensive private school, but we have merit scholarships that range from $17,000 to $30,000. We have need-based aid that ranges from $1,000 to about $40,000, and we spend $70 million a year in financial assistance on our undergraduate students. I hope you take some time to learn about Catholic U. I am your admission counselor, and you can reach out to me at the email address here, and I'd be happy to help you with any questions you have. Thank you.
All right. Hey, yeah, fantastic, Chris. Thanks for telling us about Catholic U. Last but not least is Karen. Karen from South Florida. And Lynn University. Hey, take it away, Karen.
Thank you so much. My name is Karen Fisher-Dickman, and I am the admission counselor at Lynn University that works with all of the students that live and go to school in Hawaii. So thank you so much for taking time out of your Saturday to spend with us learning about our various schools. Lynn University is located in Boca Raton, Florida. So we are just about 40 minutes north of Miami, right on the ocean side of the state. 5 miles to the beach, and much like your climate, about 75 degrees in January. So definitely not a bad spot to spend 4 years. We're a really global community. About 20% of our population is actually international, coming from almost 100 different countries. And we have students represented from 47 different states at Lynn University, including the state of Hawaii. As I said, I work with all the students that live and go to school in Hawaii. So when your application arrives to the university, I'm going to be the one that's reviewing it. We're a pretty small school, about 2,700 undergrad. So average class size is about 19, nothing's bigger than 30. We're a very much hands-on learning environment. You're not going to have classes where a professor lectures at you for 2 hours and you take notes and then you take an exam at the end of the semester. That's just not how things go at Lynn. We're very much about group projects, classroom discussions, critical thinking, bringing in guest speakers, internships, a real hands-on learning environment, because we found that our students really do better when they're putting their theories into practice. Another unique thing about Lynn is that we are an iPad school. So what that means is that every student who enrolls at Lynn University, they receive an iPad Pro, and all of your books are loaded right on there. So you're not having to purchase books. You're not having to lug books around. You're not having to worry that you spent $300 on a textbook that you didn't open once the entire semester, because they're all put on your iPad for you. They're also written by our faculty. So the folks that are teaching you the class, they're actually the ones who wrote the content that's being covered in the book. The iBooks are considered to be multi-touch books. So essentially what that means is they can link to things online. They can embed videos into the book. You can have the text read aloud to you if you want, which is nice if it's a little bit more of a boring topic, but it's an amazing ecosystem that we've created for our students. We also use a ton of different apps to help enhance your learning experience. Probably the two most common ones are Canvas. It's very similar to Google Classroom. That's how you'll submit all of your assignments to your faculty. And then another app called Navigate. And that's something that helps you keep track of your schedule. Not only your class schedule, like what time and what day your classes meet, but also too the schedule of events that are going on campus. So you'll know that on Monday at 4:30, there's a soccer game, and at 10 p.m. there's trivia or something like that going on campus. So you'll always know what's happening. Your iPad truly is your lifeline to Lynn University. We are a liberal arts university, which I'm going to talk about in a second, but we do have over 30 different majors to choose from. Our biggest are business, communication, and psychology. But as you can see, we have a number of different programs ranging from aviation and professional pilot to a conservatory of music to a fashion and retail program to an education program. Really, there's a ton of programs for students to choose from. If you come in knowing what your major is, coming in with your major selected, you're actually going to start taking classes in that major in the first semester of your freshman year. You don't have to wait till like your sophomore or your junior year. Sort of the reason behind that is we think if you know what it is that you want to do, you might as well get started. That way, if you get into the program and think, oh, maybe this isn't for me, you can still change your major and graduate in 4 years. However, no worries, plenty of students come in undeclared. You actually don't have to specifically pick your major to the end of your sophomore year. Because we are a liberal arts university, we have a general curriculum that all of our students take. So typically students are taking 4 to 5 classes per semester. Usually ends up being 2 or 3 in your major and then 2 or 3 in your general curriculum. Our general curriculum classes are really set up to be real life classes. So we want to make sure that everybody who takes these classes is taking something away. So we're really focusing on skills that can be used in any job. And those skills that we really focus on are critical thinking, communication, and problem solving. Because whether you're a pilot, whether you're a business executive, whether you're a politician, whether you're going to law school, whether you're going to medical school, these are all skills that you're going to be able to learn. We've divided our core curriculum into 5 different themes to, again, give you real life classes. So for example, one of our themes is quantitative reasoning. That's our math requirement. So instead of doing general college algebra or college geometry, our students do personal finance. So you learn about the stock market, planning for your retirement. Should I buy a car or lease a car? Really real life things that you're going to use well after you've graduated from Lynn. We are a residential university, so what that means is that housing is required for freshman year and for sophomore year. Junior and senior year, it's available but not required. We have 6 co-ed residence halls on our campus with double rooms and triple rooms. Doubles will be you and a roommate, and you share a bathroom on the floor. And then triple rooms will be you and 2 roommates, but the 3 of you have your own bathroom right within your residence hall. So really active and engaged campus. And I think a lot of that comes from the fact that so many of our students come from out of state. Over 70% of our students are not from the state of Florida. So people are not running home every weekend because home is a very, very long car ride or a very long plane ride. So our campus is really active and engaged. We're Division II for all of our athletic programs. We have won 25 national titles since 1991. So athletics is definitely a big deal at Lynn. We also have a really active intramural and club sports program, a really active theater and performing arts program, sororities and fraternities, political groups, religious groups, you name it, that's going on our campus. But the city of Boca Raton is great. It's got everything you need. Malls, movie theaters, places to go out, places to eat. We're 5 miles from the beach. So you really get the small campus community in a decent sized city without being overwhelmed. As I said, I work with all the students that live and go to school in Hawaii. So when your application comes in, I'll be the one that's reviewing it. We take everything into consideration. Average GPA of our incoming students is about a 3.0, and we are test optional for SAT, ACT. And we do award an academic merit scholarship to all of our accepted students. Those scholarships range between $7,000 and $18,000 per year. So essentially, the higher your GPA, the higher your academic scholarship will be. Thanks.
Karen, thank you. Fantastic. Hey, we are at the end of our session tonight, and I just want to encourage those on the other side to take advantage of the representatives in front of us and contact them with their email or contact information. All right. So folks on the other side in Hawaii, here is the closing. As you all close out of this particular session, you will get a 4-question survey, and I hope you will take some time to complete to let us know how to make our services that you can register. And then the recording for this session will be available online at the link that you registered for this. I appreciate you joining us. I want to thank the representatives from Western Oregon, Florida Southern, MICA, Penn State, Catholic, and Lynn U for joining us this evening. And I wish you all well, and please have a great Saturday night. Thanks so much. Take care.